Hey girls, this week's status update is called Naked and Unashamed. And what I want to ask you is, are you a woman that is respected, or are you an object of lustful desire? Because sometimes we don't know the difference. If you've read the She Is devotion, then you would have heard this story. If you haven't, check it out on the website. But one time I had a dream a few years ago before I was married. I had a dream that I was running into one of my pastor's houses, and I ran into the kitchen. There was a whole bunch of guys in there that I knew, and one of my mentors that was a woman, and everyone in the room was fully clothed but me. I was running in there naked with a towel on, and I was trying to get one of my friends to come talk to me, and in the meantime all the boys that saw me walk in were like, oh my goodness, Lizzie is naked. And I was like, I remember thinking in the dream, everybody in this room has clothes on but me. Oh my gosh. And so all the boys freaked out. My mentor grabbed me by the arm and dragged me into an office, started telling me off for not wearing any clothes in front of all the boys. And as she took me in the office, I realized in the dream that her clothes were changing, and she was now in front of me on my own, wearing like a singlet and a see-through top on top. Whereas when she was in the room with all the boys, she was completely fully clothed. And I remember thinking in the dream, she's wearing less in front of me than what she was wearing in front of everybody else. But the only person, or the only people that truly see her naked, are Jesus and her husband. And then I woke up and I realized that dream wasn't about being physically naked or being physically too exposed, but more emotionally. At that time I was emotionally giving myself up and emotionally bearing myself to all these boys that didn't need to see it. They did not need to see me naked. They did not need to see my heart and my emotions and everything that was going on in my life, because they didn't know how to handle it, and they didn't know how to cherish who I was, because they weren't Jesus and they're not my husband. Proverbs 4 verse 23 says, guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. And what guarding your heart means is to be careful who you allow to hold it and who you allow to enter into it, because if it's not Jesus and if it's not your husband, then they have no business seeing you naked. People will far more appreciate a gift if it's a surprise than if everybody in the world has seen it. So this week I just want to challenge you, if you're single, commit to waiting, not dating. And by that I don't mean being bored or trying to hang out with different guys just to suss them out or whatever, but commit to spending more time with mentors and people who influence you than you do talking to guys and to boys and to friends. And if you're married, I want you to commit to making Jesus and your husband the most important people in your life. And by saying that, I mean they are the only people that are allowed to see you naked. And by naked, I mean emotionally. So whoever your best friend is, whoever your family is, they're amazing, amazing people. But the people who should only be the ones allowed to see you naked are Jesus and your husband. This is how you can update your status.